So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Keene State College Volleyball, live from the Spaulding Gym on the campus of Keene State College here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. It is the home opener for the Owls and the season opener for the Bears of Bridgewater State. Bridgewater State 0-0, but coming off an NCAA tournament appearance last year. The Owls 2-1 after opening the year this past weekend at the Springfield College Invitational. They defeated Rivier University and Westfield State University before falling to Skidmore College in the final matchup of the tournament. We're about to get underway. Let's quickly review the starting lineups. First for Bridgewater, the setter will be Jin I. Robinson, along with Moriah Baptista, Ava Crane, Gracie Gorman, Charlotte Sullivan, Lily Welch, and Kim Gowell. For the Owls, Delia Ryan is the libero, with Colleen Frazier, Catherine Taylor, and Annalise Rudberg up front. Gigi Stake is the outside hitter, and the offense is run by Alexis Small. Small crowd here with us at Spaulding Gym. As we are just about set to get underway, one final review of the lineup cards from the referee. And looks like Lexi Small will do the serving for the Owls. Bridgewater State coming off one of the best seasons in program history last year with a massive comeback win in the MASCAC Championship, down 2-0 in sets, including a 25-9 loss in the second set before winning 3-2. They were eventually eliminated from the NCAA tournament in the opening round by Johns Hopkins University. As we are just about set to get underway, Small to serve. Small serve, And that will go down out of play. Not sure if we're going to categorize that as an ace. I think we might. But Small will serve again. 1-0 for the Owls. Another serve from Small, and that one goes straight into the net, and that evens it up at 1-1. And this Bears will serve for the first time. This will be Ava Crane to serve it. Crane's serve is stopped in midair, as I think the referee is having a word with the score table. And it looks like we're set to go now. Crane's serve. That's dug up by Gigi Stake. Small with the set. And that's Frazier. And that's dug out by Crane. And over. This is Frazier again. That's dug up by Robinson. And back over by Welch. Small, and this is Delia Ryan. And Marina Miller touches the ball for the first time. Kept alive by Ryan. And that's Small. And that will go down. A little miscommunication there between Catherine Taylor and Gigi Stake. Crane will serve again as the Bears lead at 2-1. Actually, it looks like the score will be reversed, and it will be a point for the Owls. So Marina Miller set to serve instead. That's dug up by Crane and set for Welch, and that's over everybody's head and out of bounds. Owls lead at 3-1. Miller to keep serving. Miller serve out of bounds, point to Bridgewater State. This will be Charlotte Sullivan serving for Bridgewater. That's dug up by Ryan, set by Miller, and over by Stake, up by Crane, set by Robinson and over. Miller to Small, and this is Frazier, blocked at the net, kept alive by Stake. Small, back for Miller, and up into the ceiling by Crane, kept alive and over by Welch. Ryan with the dig, Small, and Taylor blocked at the net. Small again for Stake, off the fingertips, kept alive by Crane. And that's blocked at the net by Taylor. Bridgewater keeps it alive, and that is Lily Welch who hits it into her own net. 4-2 lead for Keene State. Delia Ryan will serve now. That's Welch, and back over by Welch, and she pounds that down. Point for Bridgewater State. And this will be Natalie Fredrickson coming in to serve for Bridgewater. Miller, and this is Small, back for Frazier, and that will go off the fingertips of Fredrickson and make it 5-3 Keene State. Gonna have a couple of substitutions in. Sarah Bartels and Ava Harkins will both take the floor for the Owls. Harkins heading back to serve. That's dug up by Baptista and hit off the fingertips of Ryan. That will go out. Point for the Bears. And now Welch will be in line to serve. Tied at 4 here in the early going of the first set. And that's off the hands of Miller. That'll go down as an ace. A fine job of serving there by Lily Welch. 5-4 Bridgewater. Welch's serve again. Over Ryan, another ace. Back-to-back aces by Lily Welch. And the Bears have opened up a 2-point lead. Welch, a junior middle hitter from Hanson, Massachusetts, standing at 5'10". And that serve a little too far. And that point goes to the Owls. Gigi Stake set to serve now. Baptista digs it up. Over for Crane, up from Stake. Harkins to set for Miller. Kept alive by Welch, over by Fredrickson. And that looks like it did not touch anybody on its way out. And just like that, Keene State has tied it back up at 6-6. Stake to serve again. And that will go out of bounds. Now it is 7-6. Bridgewater State. This is Baptista to serve. Ryan digs it out. This is Harkins for Bartels. And that was powerfully done off the fingertips of Fredrickson. Now 8-7 Keene State. We might have had a little scoreboard mishap there. And this is Rudberg now to serve. And it's over, and a double tap by Bridgewater State. Rudberg will serve it up again. Welch, Fredrickson, and that's popped up by Gigi Stake. This is Harkins. Over by Miller, tips off the top of the net. Fredrickson to set, and over, that's Stake to Rudberg. Miller, Welch, Fredrickson, and this is Crane who dips it up and over. Harkins can't get there in time. Should be 9-8. Keene State still on top. This is Jin I. Robinson getting set to serve for Bridgewater. Robinson serve, Stake, and Harkins, and Miller. And that's set for Robinson, and then over and down in. That's a nice job there by Lily Welch. We are tied again at 9. Robinson to serve again. Stake to Harkins and Bartels off the tips of Welch, and blocked at the net. Well done there by Catherine Taylor, and a little help from Sarah Bartels. Keene State now leads at 10-9. No team been able to pull away yet. Nobody's had more than a 2-point lead, as we have gone around and through the serving rotation. And Lexus Small will serve again. That's Crane, set by Robinson. And that one does pop over. That was Gracie Gorman. we are tied at 10. That's off of Miller. This is Ryan and Frazier. Baptista now. And well done there again by Lily Welch, as the Bears take an 11-10 lead. And that serve from Crane out of bounds is now tied at 11. Marina Miller set to serve again. Some discrepancy here between the in-arena scoreboard and what you see on your screen. Both teams have been shortchanged a point. As that serve from Miller goes out of bounds, Bridgewater leads it 12-11. Charlotte Sullivan set to serve for Bridgewater now. That's Miller, Small, and Stake popped up at the net. Frazier for Small, back for Stake, and that one will go down. Tied yet again, 12-12. We could have a thriller here tonight. As that serve from Ryan over everybody's heads and out of bounds. Bridgewater State back up 13-12. This is Fredrickson again. That serve from Fredrickson straight into the net. Tying the match yet again, now 13-13. Zava Harkins now set to serve. Fredrickson sets it for Welch. That goes down, but out of bounds. Keene State back on top. 14-13, the Owls lead it. Seeing if Keene State can pull away a little bit here. That's blocked at the net, kept alive. That's Rudberg. Harkins to set for State. Kept alive there by Crane. And over by Welch, popped up by Bartels. Ryan for Stake. That's out of bounds. And we are tied yet again, 14-14. Serve there from Welch. That's Miller for Harkins and back for Stake. Excellent placement there by Stake. Keene State back in front, 15-14. And she will now assume the serving duties. It's a nice play there by Crane. That goes over. And that will be a point for the Owls. Popped out of bounds there by Bridgewater State. Keene State now with a 2-point lead, 16-14. That's Crane This is Frederickson up for Welch. Well done there by Ryan. It goes all the way over the net, but out of bounds, point for the Bears. That's dug out by Miller. For Harkins, back for Miller. Well done there. That's over, blocked at the net, kept alive by Baptista. Back over and out of bounds by Alexis Starks. So Keene State has really started to open it up here. They lead it 18-15. This game's a little bit like a seesaw, back and forth. Roberta on one side, Rebecca on the other. Seems like the Owls might be pulling away here. This is Welch, Frederickson, and over by Crane. Harkins to set it. Back over by Bartels. Miller. And Bartels again. That'll go out of bounds, point for Bridgewater.
Hey, they all have the right score. I have 18.
Well,
I don't know. They all have it. We already did. Yep. You guys are doing good. Thank you.
this is Robinson to serve. Miller, Harkins, and over by Bartels. And that's Ryan. Harkins to set for Taylor. And that is down, but back over. Well done by Bridgewater State. Tried the tip play there from Harkins. Robinson to set for Crane. This is Ryan and Miller. And that's Welch. State keeps it alive for Harkins and Bartels. Welch hits it into the ceiling. Robinson. And State for Harkins and over for Miller. Welch and Robinson. Kept alive by Ryan. What a rally we have here. This is Miller. Baptista. Robinson to set it. And hit into the net. And finally a point for the Owls. A big rally there. That is quite the momentum breaker. I thought we might have gone into a timeout there, but I don't think we will, as Alexis Small will come in to serve. And that rally has brought the crowd to life. It is a sparse crowd here, maybe only 60 people here at Spaulding Gym, but they are no less rowdy. As Baptista unable to deal with that, that's Ryan. Small for Taylor. And all of a sudden the Owls have a 4-point lead, 19-15. And we finally have a timeout. Bridgewater State will take the timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Owls Media Network on Flow Sports. And we are back coming out of the timeout. crowd is getting a little bit wild behind the Owls. Some members of the four-time defending Keene State men's basketball team here to support as Alexis Small will get ready to serve. Owls leading at 19-15. Looking to put the first set away in the home opener of the 2025 season here at Spaulding Gym. I think we are ready to go here. Small serve, out of bounds. As Ava Crane, the junior, getting set to serve here. And hits off the top of the net, over by Miller, and into the net by Taylor. Bridgewater immediately cuts it to 2.
Yeah, 22. It was bad. It was just a bad receiver.
It's Ryan, and Small leaves it for Miller. That'll go off the fingertips of Welch. Keene State back up top, 22-17.
Start doing up names and faces.
Marina Miller will serve now for the Owls.
Set. 5.
Baptista with the dig. Up by Fredrickson, that's Welch. Powerfully done there by Welch. To get the Bears back within 2.
Who served that? Miller, 22? Yeah. Sets go to 25. 25. Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
And this will be Charlotte Sullivan. Miller with the dig. Small with the set. She dumps it over herself. Crane. And that's popped at the net. Locked at the net, I should say, by Catherine Taylor. Owls with a 21-18 lead. Delia Ryan set to serve. Crowd really getting into it as the Owls closing in slowly on a first set victory. Ryan serve. Up by Crane, Baptista, and back over. That was Genesia Brandau in the game for the first time. This is Ryan. And over by Frazier. Excellent play by Colleen Frazier. 22-18 Keene State. Frazier is excited after that one. Ryan to serve again. Looks like we got another timeout coming. Bridgewater State wants to talk it over one more time. We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Owls Media Network on Flow Sports.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at FentonDealerships.com.
And we are back, just coming out of that timeout. Keene State slowly trying to put away set number 1. Delia Ryan set to continue to serve. That is Welch, set up by Robinson. That's Ryan with the dig. This is Small and Stake. And that one out of bounds, point to the Bridgewater State Bears. So both times out of a timeout, Bridgewater has responded pretty strongly. This will be Fredrickson. Fredrickson, that is Miller, Small, and now Stake. And that deflected off Bridgewater State. Owls now lead at 23-19, 2 points away from the set one victory. As Bartels and Harkins will sub back in. Harkins will get ready to serve. That was a tremendous block at the net by Annalise Rudberg and Gigi Stake. And the Owls are now at set point. Ava Harkins seeing if she can serve it out. Keene State leading at 24-19. And that is over by Bridgewater. This is Ryan Harkins for Stake. But that's blocked at the net. And for at least a moment, Bridgewater State staves off a loss in set number one. This is Lily Welch seeing if she can keep the Bears in it. She has probably been their best player so far in this set. And not right there though. She will serve it out of bounds. Keene State will take it 25-20 as they win the first set. We'll be back here in just a few minutes on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports. With set number two, Owls lead at 1-0. Back after this.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
And we are back. Just about to get set number 2 underway. Keene State took set 1 25-20. 3 kills apiece for Marina Miller and Gigi Stake, 2 for Colleen Frazier, 5 assists for Alexis Small, 3 for Ava Harkins. They also hit 184 in the first set. Bridgewater hit minus .056. 6 of their 8 kills came from Welch. She hit 214. The rest of the team combined for just 2. As we get set to go underway here, Bridgewater State will have the first serve. It will be Jin I. Robinson serving for Bridgewater. And that will go out of bounds. Positive start for the Owls. And Alexis Small to serve now for Keene State. And that's excellent serving there by Lexi Small. That was too hot to handle for Ava Crane. 2-0 Keene State. That one is into the net from Crane. Popped over there for the first point of set number 2 for Bridgewater. The Ava Crane will now get set to serve for Bridgewater State. This is Miller. And over, I believe that was Taylor. Powerfully done there by Lily Welch. Valiant effort by Delia Ryan, but we are now tied at 2. As Crane will continue to serve. Ryan, Small, over by Frazier, up by Baptista. Robinson for Welch, kept in by Small. Nobody knew who had that one. Point for the Bears. They've rung up 3 points in a row. That is Miller. Small to set it. And that was Miller again. Robinson to set for Welch. Tipped at the net. I think that was Taylor and Frazier. Owls have tied this one at 3. Keene State now on the right side of the court as you view it. I'm sorry, the left side as you view it. Miller to serve. That's up by Crane. Robinson to set for Welch. That is Small and Ryan and Gigi Stake. A little too much mustard on that, and we'll go out of bounds. 4-3 Bridgewater. A little harder to see the Owls at the net if you're sitting at center court, as we are. And this will be Charlotte Sullivan. Ryan with the dig. That is Small for Stake. Locked at the net, combination play there of Welch and Megan Kutu. 5-3 Bridgewater. Sullivan to serve it again. Miller, and that is Stake, and back over by Colleen Frazier, kept alive by Crane. Robinson to set it, up by Delia Ryan. That one will go all the way back over. Well done by Marina Miller, and pop back down by Gigi Stake. This is Robinson to set it over by Welch, up by Stake. And Marina Miller, not quite enough on that one. Point for the Bears. That is Miller. Robinson to get it back over Small and Ryan. And Colleen Frazier hits it out of bounds. And just like that, the Bears have opened up a 7-3 lead. I don't think Coach Jake Gerard is very happy with that call. I think he was looking for a deflection. But just like that, the Bears have opened up a lead. We're going to take a timeout. Keene State wants to talk it over. We've seen 4 straight points by Bridgewater State. We'll take it with them. Be back right in just a minute on the Alls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
College sports fans, get ready for game day with officially licensed merchandise from the NCAA official online shop, ncaa.com/shop. Get the whole family geared up with the best collection of apparel and accessories, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, headwear, championship gear, and more. Visit the NCAA shop for today's special offer and rep your favorite team now. Only at ncaa.com/shop.
We are back coming out of that timeout. Bridgewater State leading it 12-3. We're going to have Charlotte Sullivan continuing to serve for Bridgewater. Ryan with the dig. That is Lexi Small and Gigi Stake. And that's another fine block at the net. The combination of Welch and Kutu. 8-3 now Bridgewater. Sullivan to continue to serve. Miller, Frazier, and Stake, and that one's right into the net. It's now 9-3 Bridgewater State. Another serve coming up from Sullivan. And that'll go off Miller. That one almost went into the basketball hoop. Even turned up on its side off the fingertips of Miller. Now 10-3. Bridgewater State all of a sudden putting a big gap between themselves and the Owls. Sullivan serve. Dug up by Miller and Stake, and over for Frazier. And that one is blocked at the net. That is Kim Gowell, 11-3 Bridgewater State. There is no let up. Coach Gerard already burned a timeout early. I don't know if he wants to burn one again. You only get 2 per set. Sullivan serves, that's Miller. Frazier with the extreme effort there. But it does go out of bounds. 12-3 now. And that was spiked down there by Welch. Some confusion there on the score, as I mentioned, in one of the more recent serves. Bridgewater State went off a Keene State player and onto the basketball hoop. Some lack of clarity whether that was a counted point or not. Sullivan continues to serve. The scoreboard says 12-3. We might have 13-3 over here at the table where the official stats are being kept. That is Miller. And popped down again. That is Gowell. Substitution, this will be Grace Christian coming in for the Owls. Sullivan continuing to serve. Sullivan serve. Out of bounds. Oh, no, they said it. No, they did say it is out of bounds. Finally, a point for the Owls. Nope. Walk that back again. That is Christian with the dig. That's Lauren Bender in the game and Colleen Frazier. So we did get confirmation that when the ball hit the hoop, that was a non-point. So the score is now 15-3 off that last one. That's Gowell at the net. Bridgewater State is threatening to turn this second set here into a runaway. That is 12 straight points they scored. Coach Gerard wants a timeout. We'll see if he can inspire the troops here. Bridgewater State on the verge of turning this one into a very short set. We'll be right back on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports. Back on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports. I'm joined by Carson Flake, my co-commentator for the night, running in straight from soccer practice. Carson, how was practice today?
It was a long and a tiring one. We weren't working together as a team today, but Coach addressed it.
Coach Schmidt put you through the paces, I'm sure. Bridgewater State leading this one 15-3 on the heels of a 12-0 run. Charlotte Sullivan continuing to serve. And that finally stops the rock for the Owls. That one goes out of bounds. Owls now trail at 15-4 with some serious work to do to get back into this match. They did win the first set, 25-20. But Delia Ryan will serve. Let's see if they can get back into it. Ryan serve, that's Baptista. Over by Robinson, back over by Bender, Baptista, Robinson, and over by Welch. That is Christian. And that is Crane, and over by Kutu. And down for a point. Keene State not able to handle that one. Bridgewater leads at 16-14.
Yeah, unlucky there from the Owls. I mean, they put together a good rally, but in the end just kind of got unlucky. Couldn't get any good hits over the top.
So Bridgewater State will set to serve again. This is Natalie Fredrickson. And that is Bender with the dig. This is small. And attacked by Frazier, blocked at the net. Combination of Welch and Gowell. 17-4, Bridgewater State.
Almost at this point, it's just a matter of weathering the storm and getting to the next set. I mean, you could try to get the comeback, but it's not going to be easy now.
No, not at this point. but that will certainly help as Frederickson serves it into the net. 17-5, Keene State. Still a lot of work to do for the Owls as Ava Harkins checks in to assume the serving duties. And that is over by Kutu and off the fingertips of Lauren Bender. 18-5, Bridgewater State. They just need 7 points to tie up this match as Lily Welch will get set to serve. And it's off the fingertips of Delia Ryan. Seems like the Owls can't catch a break here.
Yeah, it just seems almost like a lack of focus. They're probably caught up a little bit in the score. Just hopefully the senior leadership can help them out a little bit to dial in.
Welch with the serve. That's handled by Christian. Harkins to set for Bartels. Locked at the net, out of bounds. That will be a point for the Owls. 19-6 now the score. Lauren Bender set to serve here. Sometimes I think when you're in a match like this, you might want to just wish you could pull a ball of string and just advance time a little bit.
Yeah.
End this set. See if you can get to the third one and start fresh. Bender serve. Welch, Frederickson, and Crane off the fingertips of Bender there. 20-6, Bridgewater State still in command.
Yeah, you see a lot of times in sports like volleyball where, you know, you can have a dominant team in one set, but then you turn around and it's the complete opposite. And I think that that's what Keene State really needs to do, is just get away from this one and then focus on the next set.
This is Baptista to serve. That's Miller. And Harkins to set it for Bartels. Kept alive by Baptista. And they said that did go off her hand. So it will be a point for the Owls. 20-7 the score now. As Annalise Rudberg will get set to serve. Catherine Taylor checking back in. Rudberg to serve. That's Welch and Crane. And over by the Bears, off Bender again, 21-7. That was Sullivan with the final touch there for Bridgewater.
Unlucky by there by Lauren Bender. I thought she might have thought that ball was going out after she hit it. Not sure if it was. It might have been in. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's always a kind of a 50-50 gamble when you have to let it go out. Sometimes players can perhaps overthink it a little bit. Should I let it go? Should I not? So check over at the scores table. Looks like we're ready and set to go. This is Jinai Robinson. And that is a footfall by Robinson, stepped over the line. Not something you see very commonly these days. As Lexi Small set to serve here. That is Baptista. Robinson to set for Crane. Blocked at the net there by Miller. Some signs of life coming from the Owls.
Yeah, I think it's a good moment for Keene State. Maybe build some confidence going into the next set. So then at least the spirits are a little bit higher than they are maybe right now. Seems like a lot more of the girls are smiling.
Small to serve again, straight into the net. That'll make it 22-9. And this will be Ava Crane. 7 service errors so far for the Owls this match. Crane to serve. That is up to Ryan and Miller and Frazier. Well out of bounds, 23-9 now. As Bridgewater State is on the cusp of tying this match. That's Miller, that will go out of bounds, and we are at set point. We have not seen the best of the play from the Owls here in set number 2. Pulled away in the first set, but Bridgewater State looks like they're gonna have a pretty dominant win here in the second.
Yeah, they've kept their foot on the gas. Keene State's got a couple late, but Bridgewater State keeps it going.
Crane with the serve. That's Ryan. Small to set for Frazier. Crane, Robinson, and over by Welch. And that will do it. Bridgewater State takes set 2 in dominant fashion. They win that one 25-9. The Owls took that one 25-20, so we are tied at 1 set apiece. We'll be back in just about 3 minutes with set number 3 on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
And we are back, just about ready to get set number 3 underway. Keene State took the first one 25-20. Bridgewater State took set number 2 25-9. Carson, you were here just in the middle of set number 2. Your thoughts on what you've seen thus far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been the leadership from Keene State that's set them apart. Obviously, you've got 2 kills from Colleen Frazier, but 3 from Sarah Bartels, Gigi Stake, and Marina Miller. So those are big moments for them. And as long as they build off what they did in the first set, I think they could be successful here in the third.
Yeah, rough hitting for the Owls, minus 368 in the second hit. Bridgewater State, it did hit 471, certainly an impressive number, but only 10 kills on 17 attempts, which tells you that much of that second set was Keene State's own mistakes, taking the game away from them, and more so than anything Bridgewater State did. But we're just about set to get the third set underway here. Keene State will be back on your right side and will serve first, as they did in set number 1. Lexi Small to do the honors. That is Crane. And down by Kutu, dug out by Stake. Almost hit that one right back into the ball cart. But a point for Bridgewater State.
Yeah, that was a great kill from Lily Welch from Bridgewater State.
And this will be Crane to serve here. And that will go over everybody's head and out of bounds. We are tied at 1. Miller serve handled by Crane. Robinson to set, and Welch pops it down right in the corner. Powerful play there by Lily Welch. Bears lead it 2-1.
Yeah, back-to-back plays there by Lily Welch. She's been money all day, and I assume she'll stay money the rest of the day.
Yeah, she's certainly been the most impressive player to watch for Bridgewater State thus far. Another impressive player, though, here is Charlotte Sullivan, set to serve. She served 12 straight points at one point. Really put the game or the set out of reach early for Bridgewater State. Her first serve handled by Miller. Small to set for Taylor. Blocked at the net, kept alive. Miller for Stake. And it's in by Gowell and over by Kutu, kept up by Small. Miller and Colleen Frazier blocked at the net. That's Frazier again. Unable to be handled by Stake, and it's a point for Bridgewater. And just like that, they lead it 3-1.
Yeah, unlucky there for the Owls. Marina Miller was all over the court on that play. Or, you know, in there, she had the first return, she had the second one and the third one, so unlucky. Her team couldn't pull her out of it.
This is Sullivan to serve again. And that will go out of bounds. Point for the Owls. Let's see if Keene State can capitalize here on the serving error. A chance to build some early momentum here. Delia Ryan serve. That's Welch and Robinson. And back over and off the fingertips of Miller. I believe that was Gowell with the point there for Bridgewater. This will be Natalie Fredrickson serving.
Yeah, we saw Fredrickson serve there at the end, but only served probably 2, maybe 3 times.
And is off the net. That's almost a perfectly placed serve there, skipping off the top of the net. Nobody from Keene State able to handle it. Bridgewater State now up 5-2.
Just out of reach there for Gigi Stake.
Fredrickson again to serve. That's in by Miller. That's Small and Stake. Baptista pops it up. And down by Kutu. Kept alive by Small. I'm sorry, that was Gowell, not Kutu. But another point for Bridgewater State. We're already seeing shades of set 2 here in the early going of set number 3.
Yeah, I think Keene State just needs to focus in and get something going right now. Get back to serving, and they might be in better ways.
And that is Stake. Small with the serve, and Frazier. That's blocked at the net by Gowell. 7-2 now, Bridgewater State. And it looks like Coach Gerard wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be right back on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports. We'll see you in a minute.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
And we are back looking at head coach Jacob Gerard. Just called timeout to see if we can have some words of wisdom for the Keene State Owls as Fredrickson continues to serve. Her serve there, that's Miller. Small and over by Stake, kept alive. That's Ryan. Small again for Miller. And that's down for a point. Point for Marina Miller and the Owls. They stopped the run there. It's now 7-3.
Yeah, way to keep it alive there by the Owls after the, failed attack there from Stake.
Now, Carson, you play a sport where there are no timeouts. Do you ever wish there was a timeout in soccer where you could get a pep talk or a defensive strategy or something like that from your coach?
Me as a goalkeeper, I'm just trying to get to halftime and then trying to get to the end of the game. I'm not very tired out there. My counterparts probably wish there were some timeouts.
Fair enough. As Gowell pops over, that's Ryan and Stake to get it over. Kept alive there by Crane and into the net by Gowell, but a point for Keene State. Just like that, they're back into it, 7-4. Ava Harkins will serve again.
People ask why soccer players always are rolling around on the ground. In the end of the day, it's just to create your own little timeout.
Baptista, and that serve was way behind Welch. She could only hit that into the net, and that's 3 straight points for the Owls. They climb back into it, 7-5 now.
Yeah, now the Owls gaining some momentum. Hopefully Harkins can continue this.
Yeah, I think you spoke it right into existence there. An excellent serve by Harkins. That's a Crane by surprise for the ace, and the Owls are right back in it. It's 7-6. That's Crane Fredrickson to set it. That's a really nice effort there by Delia Ryan to try to keep that alive. Just couldn't reach it in time to pop it back up off her hand. And this is Welch to serve for Bridgewater. This is Ryan and Harkins and Rudberg. Baptista, that'll go out of bounds. That's a point for Keene State.
I feel like as long as Keene State keeps weathering the storm when Bridgewater State's serving, they've done well while they're serving. As long as they don't let Bridgewater run away with it, they'll be all right.
Stake to serve. That is Crane and Fredrickson. And tried to go over there from Alexis Starks, as that one is hit out of bounds. Starks is a player we haven't seen very much of tonight.
Yeah, Starks, she's a senior out of Milford, Mass.
This is Baptista set to serve. Ryan and Harkins to set for Miller. Blocked back at the net there by Starks. And Bridgewater State takes a 10-7 lead. Baptista, that's Miller. Harkins to set, back for Bartels. Welch, and over by Crane, blocked at the net by Rudberg. Fredrickson to set again. And it's down by Starks, another point for Bridgewater State. They've opened back up a 4-point lead.
Yeah, it was a good block by Rudberg, but not good enough for Keene State there, unfortunately.
Baptista's to serve off the hands of Miller for an ace. 12-7 Bridgewater State.
Baptista's serves have been lethal, and it is showing with the score. As you've seen, she's served probably 4 in a row now.
Baptista again. That's Ryan, Harkins, and Rudberg. And a point for the Owls. Rudberg, one of the captains. You mentioned senior leadership earlier. She's going to be a player they look to rally the Owls back into this match. And she will now assume the serving responsibilities. That is Crane. Fredrickson up for Crane. Blocked at the net by Taylor and Bartels. Taylor in particular is pretty fired up about that one.
That was a nasty serve, though, by Rudberg. That thing had so much knuckle on it. I'm surprised they were able to return it, but you get the point anyways.
And now she will serve again. A little too much juice on that.
Spoke too soon.
Curse of the commentator right there.
Yep.
Point for the Bears. They lead at 13-9. As Jin I. Robinson checking in. That's Stake. and over by Miller. And a fiery kill there from Charlotte Sullivan. Bears lead at 14-9 as Robinson serves again. Robinson serve. That does go out of bounds. Point for the Owls.
Keene State doing a better job to at least stay in this set, keep it within reach. They've already scored more points than they have last set.
Keene State is going to have to start to generate some offense if they want to get back closer with this one. They will not be able to rely solely on the mistakes of the Bears. As Baptista digs it, this is Robinson. And back over by Welch. Small, Ryan, and Miller. Baptista, and that is over by the Bears. Colleen Frazier, and Robinson pops it up. Baptista, and over by Sullivan. That's Frazier, Small, and Miller. And Crane, Robinson for Sullivan, up by Gigi Stake, and down by Colleen Frazier, up by Robinson. Baptista, and blocked at the net by Taylor, kept alive, but that will go out of bounds.
What a rally there from Keene State and Bridgewater State for that matter. Keene got on the positive side of that, but that was good volleyball to watch.
And is that start of the turnaround here in the third set for the Owls. They trail 14-11. Small to serve. And that's an excellent serve right there. You talk about knuckle and pace. That was right off the hands of Crane. They get back within 2. Small to serve again. Baptista. And fired down by Miller. Bridgewater State kind of caught in no man's land there. They couldn't touch the ball because it wasn't going to go over. But it didn't have enough momentum to get over on its own. So it's a point for the Owls, and we're going to take a timeout. Coach DeSilvera wants to talk it over. Keene State has got it back within 1. We'll be back in just a minute on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
I remember writing in the 2nd grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
Out of the timeout, just about ready to get set here. Keene State has cut a 5-point deficit down to 1, 14-13. Lexi Small serving. We get ready to thank our sponsors, Chartwell's and Fenton Family Dealerships. Small serves off of Crane, kept up by Baptista. Crane to get it over, nicely done. That's Ryan, Small, and Taylor blocked at the net. So that looked to be a certain point for the Owls, but just like that, it turns into a point for the Bears. Strong net play there by Bridgewater.
Yeah, Baptista kept that play alive. Really well done by her. And then Bridgewater State pulled it right back.
Excellent hustle play. This is Crane. That's Ryan, Small, and Miller. Baptista again. Robinson not able to convert there. 15-14 now.
That was a nice piece of play from Miller. Everyone thought she was going for the spike, and she just said, nope, not today.
Miller now to serve. Owls trail it by 1. That's Crane and Robinson and Kutu. That's Alexa Small and Delia Ryan and Colleen Frazier. That's Baptista. Robinson to set for Welch. And Delia Ryan is probably happy she is short right there. If she's any taller, she probably accidentally makes contact with that ball. And just like that, the Owls have tied it up.
Yeah, this game got interesting. We thought it might have been
Miller to
Bridgewater
serve.
State.
Miller serve, that does go out of bounds. Bears lead at 16-15. You may have noticed we only have a pair of sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Certainly no Boston Red Sox radio. I feel like every pitch might have a different sponsor when you're listening to the Red Sox on WEEI as Sullivan gets set to serve. That is Small and Stake. And the side judge says that was in. I think I agree with him. We are tied at 16.
Speaking of Sullivan, oh wait.
Speaking of the Red Sox, they now lead Cleveland 4-1 in the second inning as Ryan serves. And that is down by Gowell. He put some extra emphasis on that one, 17-16 Bridgewater.
It seems like each team kind of gets their moments of like a couple points in a row, and then it switches the other way. It's just kind of a matter of who's going to take it and actually work from it.
This is Fredrickson set to serve. At his stake, Small over for Rudberg, kept alive, and that's out of bounds. A point for the Owls as we continue to go back and forth. As Ava Harkins comes back in to serve. It was Harkins serving who got the Owls back into this match when they were down 14-9. See if she can replicate that here. That is Crane, Fredrickson, and Welch, Rudberg, Harkins, and Miller. That's a good hustle play there by Crane, but you can't do anything with it. And for the first time since the opening points of the set, the Owls have the lead. It's 18-17.
Yeah, great. Another great play, honestly, by Marina Miller there. At a ball on the court.
Yeah, we don't want that. Harkins to serve again. That was Crane. This is Fredrickson and Gowell. Nicely done by Miller over the net. But an excellent response there by Welch. We're tied again. Welch now to serve. Not quite sure what was going on here. But apparently that was a point for the Owls. So instead of it being tied at 18, the Owls will actually lead at 19-17. Or is it 19-18?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was a miscommunication from Bridgewater State. So when she threw the ball forward, the referee called that a serve.
Well, that is just about the most unique thing I've ever seen. But the Owls have the lead as Bartels sends it over for Stake. That's Welch and Fredrickson, and blocked at the net there as Crane couldn't get it over.
Thought you had seen it all, Abe.
Days like today, I wish we had a replay machine. I'm actually told by our broadcast coordinator that we do. We just have yet to get it up and running.
Let's
as
get
Stake serves. And that was hit into the net by Starks. And that odd play seems to have taken a lot of the momentum out of Bridgewater State. Keene State now leading at 21-18. I think we're going to have a timeout here. So the Owls were down 14-9. Since then, they've outscored Bridgewater 13-4 to take a 3-point lead. We'll be back in just a minute on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
I remember writing in the second grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
And we are back here at Spaulding Gym. Coming out of a timeout, Keene State was trailing by 5. They lead by 3 as they lead 21-18. Gigi Stake set to serve.
Yeah, that miscommunication really hurt Bridgewater State. But now, hopefully Keene State can keep the foot on the gas right now.
As that is Baptista and Fredrickson and Crane up by Ryan. This is Harkins and Stake. That was just out of bounds.
Unlucky. It was a really good dig there by Delia Ryan.
And while the Owls do have some of the momentum back, they're not out of the woods yet. They only lead by 2. Very easy for the Bears to come back and tie this match. Baptista to serve. That's Ryan and Harkins and Miller. Out of bounds again. And just like that, the Bears have turned it to a 1-point game.
Unlucky. That ball fell almost in the exact same spot 2 times in a row. And inches away from being in, but not close enough.
This is Baptista, Ryan, Harkins, and Bartels. And kept alive there by Welch. Over by Crane, Stake, Harkins for Rudberg. Off the tips, the fingertips of Mariah Baptista. Owls lead at 22-20. And Annalise Rudberg set to serve here. Let's see if she can close it out, put the Owls in front 2-1. Crane, and that's over and down by Taylor. Almost no resistance there. That might be the simplest point Katie Taylor will score in her life. Rudberg serve. That's Crane, Fredrickson, and this is Starks. Up by Rudberg, Harkins for Bartels. Baptista, Fredrickson, and Welch into the net. And it is set point, Keene State.
What a great comeback effort so far. And then really important job that Keene State has done to just make sure they didn't let Bridgewater State back into this game.
Rudberg to serve for the set. And that is off of Welch and over by Starks, I believe. This is Miller. And that goes out of bounds. That will delay the party for just a minute. Bridgewater will serve. And it will be Jin I. Robinson. Off the top of the net, that's Ryan. Harkins for Taylor, blocked at the net and kept in play. This is Harkins and Bartels. Baptista, Robinson. And that's over by Harkins. And that will go out of bounds. That will do it. Keene State takes set 3, 25-21. They lead at 2-1, took set 1, 25-20, lost set 2, 25-9. Took set 3, 25-20. Carson, your quick thoughts.
I mean, Keene State really did well to, move from that last set, put it behind them, and then had a very good comeback and then got the win on this set. So important they keep that momentum going here as we go into the 4th.
And we'll be right back in just about 2 minutes with set number 4. See if the Owls can close it out on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
And we're back, just about ready to get set number 4 underway. You see Marina Miller on the screen. She's got 7 kills, hitting 190 for the match so far. 5 digs as well. Definitely the statistical leader so far for the Owls. Owls hit .91 in that set. Bridgewater State hit .65. So a very close set as the score bore out, 25-21. See if the Owls can close it out here. Being on the left side of the court was not fortuitous for them in set number 2. We'll see if that changes it all.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if that. I mean, I'm a superstitious guy, so if I'm the Owls, I'm very superstitious and worried right now, but hopefully
Robinson
they are
serves for
not.
Stake as Miller. That's off the fingertips of Lexi Small. Point for the Bears. Stake and Small tried to tap it over herself, could not. 2-0 Bridgewater State. As Small for Miller, Robinson. And over by Crane. This is Small for Miller again. Crane for Robinson. And that's off the fingertips of Delia Ryan from Charlotte. Sullivan. 3-0 Bridgewater.
Yeah, Miller's done well to keep a lot of these points alive, but unfortunately, it seems like her team hasn't really done a lot to help her so far, this set at least.
Miller again, off the fingertips of Crane. And down there by Katie Taylor, and the Owls have their first point of the set. Small to serve, as the Owls will serve for the first time in set number 4. Baptista, Robinson, and Kutu, Stake, and Small, and Miller. And that looks like it deflected off maybe the outside of the pole for a point for the Bears.
Unlucky moment there. I think we all were a little bit confused for a second, but got to move from that.
That's Miller. That will go over. Hammered back down by Welch. 5-1 Bridgewater.
Heads up play there by Welch. I don't think she was expecting it originally, and then quickly made a really good play.
5-1, also the score of the Red Sox game after a solar homer by Nathaniel Lowe, doing his best to replace the bat of Rafael Devers. That is Stake. This is Robinson and Kutu. She'll hit that out of bounds. Point for the Owls, 5-2. Still not sure about that Rafael Devers trade. I think this team might need a big bat come the playoffs.
You know who else needs a big bat? Kansas City Royals.
Kansas City Royals. That is true. As Baptista. And that's hit into the bottom of the net by Crane. Owls lead it 5-3. Kauffman Stadium, one of the 6 MLB stadiums I have been to in my life.
Really? Well, it won't be there for much longer, unfortunately.
That's what I've been reading. Baptista. And that's blocked at the net by Taylor, kept alive Robinson. And Welch blocked again by Taylor. And over, blocked again by Taylor. And that's over and out by Lexi Small. A little miscommunication there between her and Colleen Frazier. That was terrific net play by Katie Taylor.
Yeah, unlucky because it seemed like Keene State was on the front foot, and then it was just a miscommunication error. And that's kind of been the story of the day so far. We haven't seen Bridgewater State get a lot of their own points. It's been mostly errors.
That's Ryan. And down by Taylor. Crane unable to handle it. Owls back within 2.
The Owls at least doing a better job here to not go down too far early. As long, like you mentioned, we were down 4-9 earlier. in the last set. Now it's only 4-6.
And that is Gowles, Small, and Ryan. Frazier. And that is Kutu with it, and Gowles. I believe they called a double tap there on Keene State. The 7-4 now Bridgewater.
Now Fredrickson's gonna come serve this next one. Couple substitutions being made by Bridgewater State.
That is Frazier, Fredrickson, and down for a point there by Gowell, excuse me. And now Fredrickson will serve. Bridgewater leads at 8-4. Stake and Small and down by Rudberg. Point for the Owls.
Yeah, Rudberg, that was a great play by her, ready to go before the ball even came over the net. And sent it home.
This is Harkins now ready to serve. She was pretty instrumental in getting it up and running. Last set, Baptista, and it's over. Rudberg for Harkins. And down by Bartels. Up by Fredrickson for Baptista. And Starks, Ryan now. And Stake. A little too much on that one, it goes out. Owls trailed 9-5. Ryan, and Harkins leaves it for Rudberg. That takes a deflection off Welch. Keene State now trails it 9-6.
They're closer than they were last time. Bridgewater State had 9, so maybe Keene State can kind of get some momentum building.
This is Stake to serve. And that is Miller and Bartels. That will go out of bounds. Bridgewater able to maintain about a 4-point lead every time. They lead at 10-6. Baptista straight into the net. Point for the Owls.
Keene State, like you mentioned, doing a better job this time on this side of the court. So as long as they keep building, we saw the comeback last set, and as long as they keep just at least keeping the game close, they'll be all right.
That's a nice serve there by Annalise Rudberg. Crane unable to handle it. 10-8 now, the Owls trail. Another good serve there. That one's over by Sullivan. And that one will drop for a point for Bridgewater. A couple of times we've seen that now where it looks like the Owls have all the momentum in one singular play, but it turns into a point for Bridgewater State.
Yeah, it was just out of reach there for Rudberg.
Robinson now set to serve. That is State. That will go over the net and put down there by Sullivan. Bridgewater State back in front, 12-8. And that one will go out of bounds by Robinson. Owls back within 3. Looks like Lexi Small will check back in.
Yeah, and Colleen Frazier.
Small to serve. Right into the net. Bridgewater leads at 13-9. That is Frazier, small to set. And that's down. I believe that was Taylor.
I think so, yep. That's a textbook play there from Keene State. The dig, the set, and the kill.
And Marina Miller now set to serve. And that will go off the top of the net and out of bounds. Point for the Owls.
Great serve there by Marina Miller. Lots of energy here.
That is Crane, Robinson, and that's for Sullivan. Up by Ryan, kept alive by Small and over by Stake. Crane, Robinson, and Welch. Expertly done there by Lily Welch.
Lily Welch has just been on fire. Bridgewater State has used her so much to just get very crucial points, especially into the fourth set.
So Bridgewater State with the serve, Sullivan to serve. They lead at 14-11. That is Ryan, small to set, and this is Frazier. Blocked at the net and kept alive. And hammered down there by Megan Kutu. Bridgewater leads at 15-11. Sullivan to serve it again. And that's not handled very well by the Owls. Gallo. And now all of a sudden, it's a 5-point lead for Bridgewater State. Coach Gerard wants a timeout. We will take it with him. We'll be back in just about a minute on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
If you're not here for Fandom 101, you're in the wrong class. Here, we learn the fundamentals of fanology, the basics of bringing the noise, and the physics of bringing it out. Your path to fan mastery begins here. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA Championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
And we're back. Coming out of a timeout, Keene State trails at 16-11. They lead it 2-1 in sets, but we look like we could be heading for a fifth and decisive set here. Charlotte Sullivan gets set to serve. That's Miller over by Frazier. Gowell, Stake, Small, Miller again. And that's why I commentate on games instead of try to play them, but that is a point for the Owls. Delia Ryan will serve.
You sure you don't want to get out there, Ed?
I don't want to embarrass anyone, Carson. Ryan to serve. And that's off the fingertips of Ava Crane. And the Owls inch ever closer.
Yeah, Delia Ryan with a good serve, made it tough to deal with from Bridgewater State.
16-13, Ryan to serve. Crane, Robinson. Met at the net by Rudberg. That's over by Kutu. Ryan. And hammered down by Rudberg. She is fired up. Coach Gerard pulling all the right levers in that timeout as they scored 3 straight points to get back within 2.
Yeah, Keene State starting to build some momentum.
And another fine serve there. Delia Ryan has served 4 straight points, and the Owls are within 1.
Crucial serve here.
That is off of Crane. Robinson to set. behind Welch. And that one off the hands, I think, of Marina Miller. 17-15 Bridgewater State. That's just another play that we've been talking about where it seems like the mistake is made by Bridgewater, but Keene State can't capitalize. That set was behind Lily Welch. She could not hit it as hard as she wanted, but the point goes to the Bears anyway. Fredrickson set to serve. That'll go out of bounds.
Good decision there by Miller. She really thought about that one, and then
certainly did.
Was just real excited when it went out and not in.
And this is Harkins now set to serve. See if she can serve the Owls into the lead. She's been effective all night. That's to Crane, Fredrickson, and Gowell, Miller, Harkins, and Stake. Kept alive again. No, it is not. I think they called a double tap there on the Owls. And the Bears lead it 18-16 with Welch to serve.
Unlucky there again by Keene State. It was a really good return from Miller and then kind of just fizzled out at the end.
Ryan, Harkins, Bartels, that is Fredrickson, and now Baptista. And back for Gowell, and that is inbounds. That is right in just about the perfect spot. And Bridgewater State leads it 19-16.
Still within reach, though, as long as they get away from this, but we've talked about it so many times, how good Lily Welch has been.
Welch, that is Ryan on the receive. And that set from Harkins. Do not leave Rudberg with a lot of room. She can only hit it into the net. Bridgewater leads it 20-16. We're going to take another timeout. See if Coach Gerard can talk to the troops. We'll be right back in about a minute on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports. And we are back. Keene State coming out of a timeout. They had pulled within one at 17-16, but the Bears have rattled off 3 straight points as Lily Welch will continue to serve. They lead it 20-16 in the 4th set here. Welch, short serve. Ryan can't handle it. It is 21-16.
Welch has put this team on her back and said, I'll do it myself if you guys don't want to.
She has been outstanding tonight. Certainly the player of the game if you're a Bridgewater State fan. Her serve, that is to Stake, Harkins, and Bartels straight into the net, 22-16.
Unlucky. It was well set up there by by Stake and then to find Bartels, but then Bridgewater State was ready for the next play.
Welch to serve. That is Miller. Harkins. And blocked at the net. Crane with an excellent solo block there on Stake, 23-16. And it looks for all intents and purposes like we will be going to a 5th and decisive set. Rudberg, Harkins, kept alive there, over by Stake. That is Baptista, Fredrickson, and Crane. That'll go out. Point for the Owls. They're back within 6 at 23-17.
Yeah, Keene State finally got away from Welch's serves, but They might, I'm not sure. Are they out of the woods yet? I don't know.
It's going to take something certainly Herculean. And we'll start with this serve by Gigi Stake to Baptista Fredrickson. And that is Starks. That'll go down for a point. It is set point for Bridgewater State. Baptista to serve. Kept in by Ryan Stake and Miller. That is Baptista to Fredrickson, and now Crane up by Miller and over by Stake. That is Welch to Fredrickson. She takes it over herself. That's Miller. Rudberg, and now Miller again, and that will be in. 24-18.
Yeah, a big moment there from Keene State to stay alive in that rally. And then we've talked about it so many times, not taking an error, rather actually having a positive moment come out of a rally.
And now Redberg to serve into the net, and that will do it. So the Bears win the fourth set. We are tied at 2. We will be heading to a 5th and decisive final set, the first 5-set match for the Owls this year. We'll be back in about 3 minutes on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
And we are back taking a look at Lily Welch. Certainly been the star for Bridgewater State. 15 kills, hitting .242 with 4 service aces. And 9 digs, really an all-around player who's been phenomenal from Bridgewater State tonight. As we get started with the 5th and final set.
Yeah, we've seen her do really well defensively, but then also really well while she's been serving too. In this 5th set, it's just going to be a matter of, honestly, in my opinion, who wins the first half of it.
So Keene State has not done so well on the left side tonight. They're going to start on the left side in the 5th set. As Small will serve right between Crane and Baptista. That is a positive sign for the Owls.
Good start there for the left side of the court.
This is Small. Baptista to Robinson and Kutu. That'll go out off Katie Taylor. It's 1-1. Keene State just 2-4 in 5-set matches last season. Lost 3 in a row at one point, but did defeat Worcester State and Riviere in matches that went the distance. That's Stake for Small and over by Miller. That's Baptista for Robinson. She tries to put it over herself. Miller, Frazier, Crane, Robinson. Locked at the net on Welch.
Well done there by Colleen Frazier. She's fired up after that one.
Yeah, Lily Welch has been the most outstanding player for Bridgewater State tonight, so that's one of the few times we've seen her really blocked at the net. Owls lead it 2-1 as Marina Miller gets set to serve. That's kept in by Crane for Robinson, and Kutu delivers the hammer blow. 2-2.
Yeah, Kutu just absolutely sent that thing. It was a rocket coming over the net, virtually unreturnable.
This will be Charlotte Sullivan serving for Bridgewater State. Miller, Small and down by Taylor. That will be a point for the Owls. Delayed call by the referee, but the Owls lead it 3-2. Welch, Robinson, Welch again off the face of Ryan, and that will be a point for the Owls. Wow. We've talked all night about lucky breaks and how Keene State hasn't gotten any. They got one right there.
I mean, she couldn't do that again if she tried another 100 times.
Maybe she can try out for the soccer team.
Maybe she can.
But right now we need her on the court for volleyball. She's going to take over serving. And that will go off Crane. Robinson for Kutu. That will just graze the line and stay in. Keene State leads it 4-3.
Not sure if you have seen Scott Sterling. Do you know the reference I'm making?
I do not.
Okay. I encourage you to look it up. He's done a video, this is years ago, probably 10 or 12 years ago. He takes balls off the face. He did it in soccer, and then he created his own again in volleyball. So it looks exactly like that.
Fredrickson serves it into the net. That makes it 5-3 Keene State. They will resume serving here. Looks like Ava Harkins will check in.
And Bartels as well.
That is Crane for Fredrickson and Gowell. That'll go out of bounds off, I think, of Bartels. Keene leads it 5-4 as Welch gets set to serve.
This is a big moment facing Welch again.
Ryan, Harkins, and Bartels off of Baptista into the ceiling, kept alive, and over by Starks. And that's a great play by Starks to just tap it over the net. We're tied at 5.
Keene State did really well there to return that first serve, but another unlucky break. They had the ceiling to try to help them out and didn't even do enough.
It's one of the unique things about volleyball where the ceiling is still in play. Welch serves, that's Miller, Harkins, Bartels, and that is out of bounds. Not sure if everybody agrees with that call by the line judge. but Bridgewater State leads it 6-5. Welch to serve again. Stopped at the net by Harkins. Bridgewater State has now opened up a 2-point lead. So they're trailing 5-3. They scored 4 in a row. Looks like there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Gerard. Just about at the halfway point of the set here. Owls trail 7-5. We'll be back in just a minute on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go on a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
That's a requirement. We are back, coming out of that timeout. Welch to serve. Bridgewater State leading 7-5. And I think she served before the referee said she could. So we're going to do that again.
Unlucky for Keene because she did not hit that serve well.
Yeah. We already saw one odd serve from her earlier today in the 4th set. But here we go for real. That is Stake. And Bartels, Baptista, over by Crane, Miller, Harkins, and over by Stake, kept alive by Crane, Fredrickson and Welch, Harkins, Ryan, and this will go over by Gigi Stake, Baptista, Fredrickson, and over, down by Rudberg. And a double tap called on Bridgewater State. Owls back within 1, 7-6.
Yeah, they got through the Welch serving, and they're only within 1, so job well done by Keene State there.
Second set notwithstanding, as State gets ready to serve here. Baptista met at the net by Rudberg. Over by Crane. Well done there by Ava Crane. It's 8-6. All right, and that makes it 8-6. We're going to stay here, I think, as the teams switch sides. Keene State now on the side of the court where they have won their 2 sets. They're certainly going to need that kind of luck.
Hey, every single set has been won from the right side so far. So Keene State only down 2, still within reach here to get it done.
Baptista set to serve. Miller and Harkins, and down by Rudberg. The captain fires them up.
Rudberg set that up really, really well. She called for the ball before it even got there for the set, and it was perfect.
And now she will serve with the Owls down a point. Welch. And over by Crane, Harkins, Stake, Bartels, Fredrickson now, back over by Starks. Harkins to set for Miller, Fredrickson and Baptista, and met at the net. Starks tried to read it over. Katie Taylor said, not in my house. And we are tied at 8. Big play by the freshman.
Helps a lot when you're 6'1", too.
Absolutely. Rudberg to serve. That's off the fists of Welch. Crane over by Starks. Taylor. Stake. Miller. Fredrickson. Baptista, no, that was Crane. Over by Starks. Miller Harkins to set. Nice play there by Fredrickson. Back over, it's Rudberg. It's Harkins. It's Bartels. Baptista. And over by Welch. And that's what we've seen from Lily Welch all night long. Bridgewater leads it 9-8.
That rally's been such a good representation of kind of what we've seen all day. Super back and forth on the scores, on the sets, and then in each point too.
I didn't get to finish my thought from earlier, but other than the second set, this match has been very back and forth. Very, very close as Robinson serves. That is Stake, and that is Miller. She cannot get it over. 10-8, Bridgewater State.
Bridgewater State.
Robinson to serve again. Stake for Harkins and Miller. Welch. Over by Baptista. Stake. Harkins. Bartels. Welch saves it. Over by Kutu. It's out of bounds. Keene State trails at 10-9.
Keene State staying alive here, only down 1.
As Frazier and Small will check back in. Small will serve. This has certainly been an entertaining match. No matter who you root for, you've gotten your money's worth tonight. Small will serve. Baptista, Robinson, and over by Crane. And that one was inbounds. Bridgewater State leads at 11-9. Crane to serve. There'll be a timeout called by Keene State. Time for some final words of inspiration by Coach Gerard. We'll be back in just a minute. Bridgewater leading 11-9 on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
And we're back, coming out of that timeout. Ava Crane will serve for Bridgewater State. They lead at 11-9 in the 5th and final set here at Spaulding Gym. Off of Frazier, Ryan, and Miller. That is Robinson, Baptista, and over by Kutu, up by Stake. That went back over Taylor, Stake, over by Miller, Baptista, and kept in by Lexi Small. This is Gigi Stake and Miller, Baptista, Robinson, and Welch. And that was just inbounds, 12-9.
Really good work there, though, by Frazier and Stake to keep that point alive. Some impressive digs.
This is Crane to serve. Ryan, Frazier, down for a point. That one probably not hit the way Colleen Frazier meant to hit it, but it hit off the top of the net. Caught Bridgewater by surprise. It's 12-10. This is Miller to serve. Baptista down by Taylor. Baptista again. Welch. Stake keeps it up. Small for Frazier. Frazier again. It's going to go out of bounds. 13-10 Bridgewater State.
Bridgewater State.
Another timeout called by Keene State. They trail at 13-10. We'll be back in just a minute on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
I remember writing in the second grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaji would quiz.
Well, this isn't football, but that was just a false start. Keene State was already out of timeouts.
It was just a TV timeout then.
Yeah, they just needed us to get a chance to catch our breath. But this is Sullivan to serve. Bridgewater leading 13-10 here in the fifth set. That's Miller, Frazier, over by Stake, hammered down by Lily Welch, the star of the game tonight. And the Bears are at match point.
Big moment here for the Owls just because they're not even far away from it. They could still come back.
Well, they're going to have to get off 6 straight points to win this match before Bridgewater State gets another. That's Ryan, Small, Taylor, Stake, Small again, Frazier, Crane for Robinson and Gowell, and that is it. Bridgewater State rallies from a 2-1 set deficit to win this in 5 sets. Keene State won the first set 25-20, Bridgewater State the second 25-9. Keene State took set 3 25-21 before Bridgewater State took the fourth set 25-18. They take set 5 15-10. Carson, your quick thoughts on the match?
I mean, as a neutral fan, this is a great volleyball game to have watched. Keene State at the end of the day just fell to their own errors. It really wasn't Bridgewater State's attacking pieces. It was more Keene State's just mistakes defensively and offensively. But Bridgewater State will take that road win all the way home for sure.
All right, we will be back in just a few minutes. We're going to take a quick break and then wrap up, talk to head coach Jake Gerard. We'll be back in just a second on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
We're empowering your unique voice.
Igniting potential and possibility.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
Because Keene State becomes home from day one. Come find your people and enjoy live music, art, coffee, thrifting, and did we mention the food? And if you're worried about what there is to do on the weekend, just look at this.
Everything we do here is about community.
Because we're a community of intense learners
with extraordinary hearts
that raise each other up.
We are fueled by each other's successes,
learning outside the classroom as well as in.
And we're here to provide the guidance and support you need to succeed.
All right, let's get hands-on.
In the lab.
In the studio.
In the pool.
On the dance floor.
On the stage.
The choices are yours, the opportunities are here.
Here at Keene State College, we're focused on teaching students the skills for an ever-changing world.
I'm ready to tackle problems with industry-ready skills.
You'll get a resume that writes itself and
a paycheck that earns.
Elevated confidence.
World-class courage.
And we never stop learning.
True learning takes collaboration.
We explore what drives our passions.
Celebrate our individual voices.
And spark possibility together.
Every single student, every single day.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
And we are back with head coach Jake Girard following a tough 5-set loss for the Owls. Coach, your initial thoughts on the match tonight?
Yeah, I thought we came out strong. We let it slip in set 2. We won set 3. I thought we were going to take set 4. It didn't happen, and we went to the 5th. And when it goes to the 5th, it can be anybody's game. Kind of two good teams going at it. Stinks to lose,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the focal point for Bridgewater was Lily Welch, number 13. We saw her do a lot of great things on the court tonight. What does she kind of bring to Bridgewater that made it so tough for Keene State to stop her?
Yeah, I think she's just a pure athlete. She gets up there, she rips the ball hard, she can create really good angles on her spike. And then her blocking was tremendous. Our outside hitters and pin hitters just couldn't get the ball by her. And we didn't pass well enough to kind of get our middles going. Yeah, she's a great athlete, Lily Welsh.
Coach, you guys showed a lot of positives, definitely. Who's somebody on your team that stood out to you today?
Yeah, I think freshman Katie Taylor actually did really well. Let's see here. She hit 375. She got us 4 blocks. And then Annalise Rudberg actually hit 700 and then added 2 blocks to that, too. I think we're really strong in the middle. I think we just got to find ways to kind of get them going.
So moving from here, heading to that tri-meet this weekend, what are your thoughts going into that?
Yeah, it's going to be 2 good teams, 2 tough teams. Bates, they got us last year. They're really strong. Those high academic schools are always tough to kind of hang with. And then the University of New England here has a good volleyball team too. So I'm excited to play 2 good matches.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, Coach, thank you for joining us again. Wrapping up with head coach Jake Girard following a tough 3-2 defeat for the Owls here on their home opener for the 2025 season. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a minute.
Thank you, guys.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
And we are back. Just Carson, your final thoughts on tonight's match. It's certainly a tough one for the Owls. A 3-2 defeat to Bridgewater State.
Yeah, definitely hearing what Coach had to say. Looks like there's a lot of positives to take away from here against a good opponent. Facing Welch was really hard, but I feel like Keene State did a really good job to weather the storm as much as they could. So moving forward, lots of positives, but definitely things they could work on too.
And I think it's easy to forget this is still a really young Keene State volleyball team. Only 3 seniors on the squad. A lot of freshmen and sophomores playing tonight. So just still an opportunity to learn, to grow as they head into their matches this weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, it's important for those sophomores. They came into last season, not as, they didn't know exactly what was going on. They had to kind of learn the ropes. Now they can almost be more of leaders and show the ropes to the freshmen who are also performing extremely well.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll do it for us. This has been Carson Flake with Abe Oshiak, bringing you all the action from the Keene State College volleyball home opener. The Owls fall to the Bears of Bridgewater State 3-2. You've been watching the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast, and thank you for watching.